What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to T3G. My name is Dalibor, and today is Fundamentals Friday. Now, I'm shooting this ahead of time. I'm getting into batch recording fundamentals. But what I'm doing up here today in this room is setting up what will be the comic book channel, right? What do you need to have a channel? You need lighting. We have the ring light that I'm using right now. I've gotten this kind of top center light that I'm going to put on the desk. I have a recorder that is going to live up here. That might be supplanted by a microphone. I might be using the Tonor. We'll see. My goal with the comic book content is to minimize my editing. So if I can do it all in one take and have the audio already attached, that is my ideal situation. On top of that, I'm also adding a couple other things to the room. I've got myself some new speakers. And I understand the irony of not recording not having good audio on the recorder while I'm talking about fundamentals. So let's just ignore that little irony. The point here is today to get everything set up so that I can, whenever an idea hits me, whatever, I can sit down, record, and publish without having to edit, without having to be like, where is this, where is that, where's the memory card? I'm thinking I'm going to be recording directly to a computer, probably through an external connection to a camera. Not even just a webcam, but like a camera. We'll see how it all pans out. Now the light bar, what is this from? Willard? Will LED, maybe? Probably. I was like, where's my knife? So I can, really, you gotta just have a knife in every room to open boxes. Just makes life easier. Now this, I think, is a rechargeable. And a whole lot of things going on there. We've got a mount. We've got a mount that'll tape on. We've got replacement pads for that. Cool. So I guess they maybe are expecting that it might separate. Big old metal pad back here. Presumably the magnet here. I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, it's going to be just attached to the. It's just going to be attached to the shelf vertically. So like horizontally rather. And then we can go as far as this. I think I'm gonna have to go like all the way up to the top. We'll see how that works. We'll see if it works. But it does appear to be, yep, it's rechargeable. It already has charge. Hey, that's good. That's a pretty solid brightness right out the gate. And it's touch to dim, touch to dim, touch to go up. That's a really solid brightness, honestly. It's a good color too. I'm not mad about that. Are there any other settings? What are these holes for? No, but I dig that. Like, magnet's solid. I'm not worried about this falling off. Dope. Any special instructions? Probably not. 3 watts. I was like, was there not a charger? Hey, that's cool. I didn't notice this. You get 2 of them. So you could have them in. That's cool. You could move it around. You could. No, I really agree. That's a really good deal. I think this was only like 15 bucks. Nice, good cable. Yeah, solid choice. Let's see if we can get that mounted now. Like an idiot, I damaged my hand. I'm not going to show you because some people might not like the sight of blood. But yeah, like an idiot, I damaged my hand. The ruler took a nice little stab. Pausing this. All right, we're bandaged up, ready to get back to it. The point here is to clean up and clean off this area. I bought this keyboard to review. Still haven't done that. So that's going to go down here on the keyboard tray temporarily. This is a medical device, which I should be using more often to check my blood pressure, but, you know, I don't. Although my last visit to my doctor, she did say that I was in good shape, and I had a longer period between visits, which means that I'm doing better, and she's liking my progress, which means that I'm liking my progress. Okay. My dice collection. I buy random dice here and there just because I like them. This is just like a blue set. Everything from a 5-sided, 4-sided. Everything from a 4-sided up to a 20D. Full set there. Oh man. I do need to stop dropping stuff. So let's see here. So I've got the... take this away. Although I don't think that's really doing that much. So if we go full brightness... Okay, so here's the light. If it's back here, that's pretty good. Look, a pretty good wide dispersion of light. I think, at least for now. Let's clean off the panel back here. We're gonna go right there behind the monitor. What I want to do is I want to separate myself from the background, right? Let's see if I can move this monitor to demonstrate my point. I'd like my camera to be about here, which would give me separation from the background, and it would give me a nice focal distance. A nice, what's the word I'm looking for? Like nice amount of bokeh. Now let's, I can just push up to the top. And it doesn't matter if it's right in the middle because it's magnetic and it'll move around a bit. So if we put this there, right, and we can adjust it. We can go down or up. That's this side. Go all the way down. Go all the way up. That's good. Like, that's good lighting. I think that's pretty good lighting. Like, getting like a nice full-on front. You're still getting a little shadow, more highlight from the window, but if that's not there, I can always have the other light that I have up here, which is gonna stay on the tripod now, allowing me to hook up my phone to it and be able to do vlog stuff with it and still get lighting. I'm on the right track here. I'm on the right track. I like it. I'm excited. Let's see. One more thing I got is these. Got these on a whim at Walmart of all places, but they are available on Amazon. Of course, everything I'm talking about is linked down below. If you use those links, that helps the channel out and I appreciate that very much. Now, yeah, so these are available on Amazon, but they are LED, just kind of like accent lights. Problem, the white on here, garbage. Like if you need a white LED, you shouldn't get this at all. However, all the other colors are good, they're solid. And what I was thinking is I'm gonna have it attached to this. Boom, right? It has a remote. And I figure since this has multiple USB ports, this is an old, I got this on clearance at Target, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, since it has multiple USB ports, I'll have both active and can control them both with one remote. Each came with its own remote, obviously, but You can control both of them with one remote, possibly more than two. I don't know very practically. I only bought the two. But yeah, that was my thought, is to how do you turn this off? You had to push it to power it on, but you just unplug it. Is it still on? It is still on. So you gotta turn it off. This is like behavior I need to learn. If I turn it off, it should turn off. The lights on here should turn off eventually. Okay, so now that should be off. Yep, they don't turn back on. So the reason I'm talking about all this, the kind of main thing, is that if you remember in January, I had a video where I lost the footage, right? The footage disappeared. I made a video that day about the fact that a set doesn't matter, like having a YouTube set, or what was the other, like, I don't know, there's a couple different terms that get used with that, but like a place where you shoot that is like all made up to look pretty and nice. I have had a major beef with that for a very, very long time, because I'm like, that's not what real people's places look like. It bothered me because it did not portray reality, in my opinion, and that was a huge problem for me, because I don't think, like, any tweak to reality is not honest to me. So I was like, nah, you don't need a set, you just make videos in the environment you have. That's why I like, as much as I don't watch him, because I don't really like that kind of content anymore. Honestly, I don't watch that much content of computer stuff and you know, rigs and, you know, case building and things like that. I don't watch that stuff anymore. I like Jay's 2 cents setup. His stuff is just everywhere. He's got shelves full of boxes he's got unused equipment, boxes of used equipment. It's just all over the place. He's just like, oh, here's this case that we haven't figured out yet. Like, it's just, that's kind of how real life is, and that's why I like his like approach to it. Like, even if you look at MKBHD, who I'm a huge fan of, watch pretty much all of his videos, and when you watch his walkthrough, he's like, oh, here's the room where we like throw everything in. You don't see that on camera. Usually, right? When you do the walkthrough, you do, but when you do the normal videos, the videos are done in a certain way to make it look beautiful. But if you just zoom out and see the whole space, things are kind of everywhere and it's kind of a mess until you zoom in and set it up and make it look all pretty. That's why I've never shied away from filming like a messy background. If that's the life I'm living, that's the life I'm living. That's how I feel about it. The problem is that has been like weighing me down, and just in general, I want to change that. I want to be more organized. I want to be cleaner. So I realized recently that I'm like kind of a stranger in my own space. Like I've carved out these little places where I sit and I have my coffee, but then there's just stuff everywhere. And half the time I don't know where other stuff is. Like, there's a light that I've been looking for a year. Like a legit year. I reviewed it on this channel. Like, I don't know where it is. I'll be addressing the mess thing in a whole different video, but that's kind of why I want to do this. When I start this comic book channel, I want it to be kind of a step in the right direction, and I want it to be organized. I want it to be neat, but I also want it to be practical. Like, I'm not setting up a whole space where I'm just gonna throw shit around in that space and outside of the shot like it's gonna be a mess. Like, I want this whole space to be clean. I want this whole space to be organized, so that when I come in here to shoot, I'm not worried about like stepping over stuff to get to stuff. Like right now there's a vacuum behind me. There's a vacuum behind me because I'm cleaning up. Once I'm done, I'm gonna put that away. Like, there's a toilet that needs to get installed. Like, things like that need to get resolved to make this feel like a proper place to shoot for me. So we've addressed audio. I'm gonna have the mic. We've addressed lighting. Stabilization is not a problem. We're gonna be in a fixed spot. And then quality might vary because I might upgrade, and depending on how I approach the camera, but the quality is gonna be good enough for what I'm doing. I'm not looking to do, like, this doesn't need to be 4K. This effectively doesn't even need to be 1080. Like, it just needs to do the job. And I'm not gonna be getting any kind of fancy camera or anything for it, but I'm gonna be doing the most I can with what I've got to get the best image. That's why I really wanted to set up that light. I'm super excited for that. Let's real quick before this battery dies, check out the LED lights and how they're gonna look. They're gonna need to go up for sure, because even if the camera's right here, it's not gonna see it. I'm a big boy. Like, that's not bad. It's kind of very bright right now. I almost feel like I need to get some blackout curtains to like really fully control the light, because that way I can light me and not have to light extra the background. But I like those. Those are good accents, and I'm pretty much covering like the charger pack. The battery pack is right behind me. I like that. It's a good spot. I almost want to turn them in though. almost want to turn them in, or maybe get something smaller. I don't know, maybe they're too big. Let me know what you think. The front though is perfect. I actually really, really love this light. I'm glad I picked that up. It was one of those things, like I was looking for a bar because I thought it was gonna be right up here in the front, but this worked out just as good. They're a little too far apart to be controlled at the same time. However, it's still controlled by the same controller, so I'm not really worried about it. It does have other settings as well, so maybe I'll have a pulse, but I doubt it. Might even just end up doing strip lighting because then that'll be in place forever. Anyway, I'm already feeling better. I've got space here. I mean, like, hell, I could film an episode right now, right? I set this up, zoom in a bit. There's my shot that I want, right? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I could film an episode right now. Like, I have space to film. The only other thing I want to do, the camera is going to be behind the monitor, and I think I'm going to put maybe an action cam or something pointing down, so that when I'm looking through comics or looking through books, whatever, I can show it off and kind of have it all just be ready and in place. But yeah, Fridays we're going to be talking about fundamentals, getting things set up, and I have now come to understand and believe that having a proper shooting space is a fundamental. Don't be afraid to change your mind, folks. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.